The world of sports. Volleyball. A story following a young athlete named Max as he navigates his first volleyball practice at school. Author, Deng. Illustrator, Theresa Kao. Designer, Theresa Kao. Narrator, Heidi Shu. Let's join Max at his first volleyball practice. Before we start, let's suit up. Before he hits the court, Max puts on his jersey, shorts, knee pads, and shoes. Lastly, he grabs his volleyball and gets warmed up, and now he's ready to go. This is a volleyball court. When the ball falls within the outer white lines, it is in. Max's goal is to get the ball to land within his opponent's court. If it lands outside the lines, it is out. Max watches Ellie, a player on his team. She is in ready position, knees bent, arms apart, ready to move anywhere on the court. Players always stay in ready position during the game so that they are prepared to play the ball, wherever it goes. The opponent serves the ball over the net, starting the rally. We'll come back to serving, but for now, let's focus on passing, the most important skill of volleyball. Max puts his hands together to create a platform on his forearms, and then bends his knees. While contacting the ball with this platform, he shrugs his shoulders and uses his legs too. At first, his arms are a bit red and sore, but he knows he'll get used to it with practice. The next skill is setting the ball, using just your hands. Max notices that he only touches the ball with his finger pads, not his palms or fingertips. He cushions the ball for a split second and then pushes it back up. Max thinks that the setting hand position is really similar to when he chugs a big bottle of Coke over his head. Hitting, also known as spiking, is one of Max's favorite volleyball skills. First, he approaches with 3 steps and then jumps as high as he can. Bringing his arm back in a bow and arrow motion, he swings his arm and smacks the ball with his palm. The ball flies over the net and into the court, spinning downward. On the other side of a net, 1 or 2 players jump with their hands in the air. They're blocking, meaning they're using their hands to try to stop Max from scoring. The blockers form a big wall, so Max has got to try and work around their hands. If Max does get blocked, he and his team still have a chance to recover the ball with another 3 contacts and try again. The block also does not count as one of the 3 touches. How do we begin the rally? We serve the ball. Players stand behind the end line, the furthest line from the net. They serve the ball by hitting it over the net to the other side. The first serve that Max learned, and the easiest, is called the underhand serve. Max is working on his overhand serve right now. It's a bit trickier. In the future, Max hopes he can even learn a jump serve, where players approach the serve. Now let's put everything together. Max is excited to move on from drills and practice into a real game. First, an opponent serves the ball over the net. One of Max's teammates in the back of the court passes the ball to another in the front, who sets it up. Then, Max comes in and hits the ball over the net. They get around the block and the ball lands in the court. They win the point! The team only gets 3 contacts to get the ball back over, and no player can touch the ball twice in a row. One of Max's teammates is wearing a different colored jersey. That color is the libero, a player who specializes in passing and stays around the back of the court. It's too bad they don't get to hit, but they're pros at speed and keeping the ball off the ground. The setter holds the decision-making power on the court. Their home base is at the top right corner of the court, near the net. The libero passes the ball to the setter, who decides which hitter to set the ball to. Max wants to get set too, so he always makes sure to be extra nice to his setter. Once the setter sets to the middle hitter, they hit from the middle of the court. They're usually among the tallest players on the team and hit quick sets from the setter. Middles are also pro blockers, forming a wall across the net. When Max is hitting, he always makes sure to check where the middle is so he doesn't get blocked. Max is aspiring to be a powerful hitter, spiking from both ends of the net, so they are called left sides or right sides. Power hitters hit the furthest sets from the setter. Power hitters are also skilled passers, covering the back of the court. They are versatile and dependable team players. There are 6 players on the court at once. Every single player serves, and they rotate in this direction through the court. Max admires how the 6 players on the court work well together. They are constantly talking with each other and moving like a single unit throughout the court. As summer approaches, Max begins to think about trying out beach volleyball. Volleyball isn't limited to the indoor court. Beach volleyball borrows lots of skills from indoor volleyball, like passing, setting, hitting, serving, and blocking. However, there are only 2 people on a team in beach volleyball, meaning each player has a lot more space to cover. Thankfully, the court is a bit smaller. Beach has its differences from indoor volleyball, like players can't set the first ball, and a block counts as one of 3 contacts. Although running in sand is tough, it's also a lot easier for players to dive for balls, since they have a soft landing.